Warning, June 6, Bitcoin new moon. Well, the new moon is happening in Gemini, and I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin predictions with astrology today. Let's go. All right, disclaimer, this is not financial or investment advice. If you're new here, I'm Jack. I'm an engineer gone crypto astrologer. On this channel, I combine technical analysis with astrology. And definitely subscribe. I'm putting out these videos quite a bit. I've taken a little break as I've been coming from Southeast Asia all the way to California, and I've been dealing with a lot of jet lag. My daughter's been waking up in the middle of the night. We haven't been getting much sleep, but I'm finally getting back to a normal state of consciousness, so feeling good about that. Definitely subscribe if you want to stay tuned for critical crypto and astrology updates and analysis. Watch this video all the way to the end because I'll be giving my Bitcoin predictions and what I'm doing. Let's take a look really quick at the previous predictions that I made back in May. May 15th, Mercury, I put out a video about Mercury making a big shift out of Aries into Taurus. And that was a really big deal because Mercury went retrograde during the eclipses back in April, where we had that nasty conjunction to Chiron, the wounded healer. And I don't know about you, but I went through a lot of challenges in April, and that carried all the way into May, likely due to this astrology, likely due to Mercury, as Mercury didn't come out of Aries, the sign where the eclipse was, and also where Chiron was. Mercury didn't get out of there until May 15th when it went into Taurus, but then it squared, what was it? Did it square Pluto? I got to double check that. So we had continued challenges, but then Mars is still in Aries. But Mars is happy there. Anyways, let's take a look at, let me shift out of this. Let's go to the other tab. Let's look at my previous warnings, the videos that I put out. I had this alert, Mercury's big shift into Taurus on May 15th. I put this video out 2 weeks ago. And this was hinting to a major market shift. As I have studied the history of Bitcoin, I'm one of the few people in the world who is studying the Mercury transits, and specifically when Mercury retrogrades and stays in the same sign for a long time, about 2 months. Mercury was in Aries, which is a lot longer than normal. Typically, it's only a couple or 3 weeks. But we take a look at when I made this prediction. This is exactly when I made that video, I believe right the day before on May 14th. And I was saying this could be a major market shift as Mercury comes out of Aries into Taurus. And we look at exactly what happened on May 15th, right on the dot. We got this major, let's zoom in here. We got this major pump, and Bitcoin finally shot out of this. Well, it broke that trend line that I put there. Broke through this trend line, and it got out of, as you can see, it was making a downwards trend. It shot through that on the day that Mercury made this major shift into Taurus, and it just is climbing up ever since. All right, so pat on the back for that prediction. That was nice right there, if I dare say so myself. Then we also got May 25th, we have Jupiter shifting from Taurus to Gemini, which is a 12-month major market shift. Historically, Jupiter in Gemini is bullish for markets, so that's positive. However, it's a long cycle, a 12-month cycle, so we might not see like a crazy pump right off the bat. But so far, it's holding up quite well. Only time will tell if this major Jupiter shift into Gemini will mark a time when Bitcoin shoots up, or maybe it continues to stall out for the summer before heading up later. Now, I also made the prediction May 23rd. It said the full moon was very bullish. We did get these bullish pumps right before that full moon. So typically, we can see pumps on the full moon. It can be give or take within 7 days before or after the full moon. So we got that pump before that full moon when I was talking about the bullish astrology there. Okay, I also want to show you, for those crypto enthusiasts, the daily exchange volume has been going down ever since Bitcoin hit the all-time high. And even though the price has recently gone up, the daily exchange volume is still quite low. It's still hanging out down here. Now, the last time it was hanging out low, it can be low for a while. This is back in 2023 over the summer. It was just bottoming out. The thing is, we might not see crazy market pumps to like 100K or something, because as this daily exchange volume is low, to get to 100K, we'd have to get a higher high. We'd have to get up to these levels and even higher. So that's past the $100 billion dollar level there with the daily exchange volume. If we just continue to trade sideways here with the daily exchange volume, the price might not go up much further for the short term. And if this continues through the summer, the good news is it could be good accumulation times, as typically when the daily exchange volume is bottoming out, that's a good time to, well, I can say what I'm doing. I can't give financial advice, but I would accumulate. I'd be buying during these times. Last summer, these were incredible buying opportunities, because once we got into October, we got a crazy run to the Bitcoin all-time high, as well as incredible altcoin runs where Solana went from like $20 to all the way to $210 around there. Okay, so let's go back to slides here. And June 6th, we have new moon in Gemini. Now we have the sun and moon conjuncting Venus in Gemini at 16 degrees. Now, the only reason I put this little concerned emoji here, looks pretty sad, is that we're going to be squaring Saturn in Pisces. Let me show you what this looks like. So we pull this up. So as we head into the new moon here, we have the sun and the moon conjunct, as they do on every new moon. And as you can see, 16 degrees is also where Venus is. Now Venus is being combust when it's conjunct the sun. The sun kind of steals the thunder from Venus. So perhaps relationships might not be super happy right now. Venus represents relationships and money and beauty and all those things. So we might not be feeling extra Venus energy right now. But as you can see, these are conjuncting at 16 degrees. Saturn's at 18 degrees with a square here. So these are making a square aspect to Saturn. Saturn is the planet of reality, hard lessons in reality, hard work, often somewhat negative connotations with it. However, if we put in the good work, if we prepare well, if we prepare a solid crypto strategy, if we prepare if you're buying altcoins, if we have a solid altcoin strategy, maybe we have cash on hand. Saturn is a cautious planet, so it's probably a good idea to have cash on hand, guys. If you're all in, I don't know if that's the best idea heading into the rest of June here, because I'll be putting out more videos about the astrology for June, but there's a lot of caution and some warnings for June. All right, and caution, it's always, we're talking about crypto investing, it's always a good idea to have cash available for more buying opportunities in case the markets head down, which is completely possible here, as we are getting this square to Saturn, a semi-square to Pluto. We are also getting, we have Jupiter in effect with trining Pluto, and that's positive, and Mercury just trine Pluto as well. So we do have some positive aspects. Mars already passed Chiron, which is really good. Mars is very happy in Aries. However, it's going to move into Taurus very soon, which is going to mark another market shift coming up soon here. All right, now let's go back. Like I said, Jupiter in Gemini trining Pluto in Aquarius. That's positive. But then Mars in Aries is starting to square Pluto a little bit on June 6th, but it's going to get the exact square to Pluto on June 11th. So that's nerve-wracking because Mars heading into Taurus is a very, very stubborn, fixed sign, and it's going to be squaring the fixed sign of Pluto in Aquarius. So we could have more conflicts in our lives and on the world stage. So this is not a time to get super emotionally involved or taking sides or, going against each other and really stubbornly holding on to, beliefs that aren't necessarily serving our highest good. We want to kind of let that go as best as we can, because this is a time where there could be major conflicts that we're later going to regret. So keep your emotions. I don't like to say control your emotions, but maybe process your emotions on your own, meditate, go out in nature, so that we don't get overly triggered with each other, as Venus is also combust. So might not be the greatest time for relationships. So let's just do our best with the energy that's here. So be as forgiving as we possibly can, be as compassionate and kind as we possibly can. Focus on those higher vibrational states of being. All right. June 6th, new moon themes. Mental. I put mental because there's a lot of Gemini energy. I believe there's 5 planets in Gemini. That's a lot of mental activity. All right. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of thinking and basically our mental state and the way we communicate. So if we're making really big decisions in our lives right now, make it from a more mental place, as there's a lot of mental energy. I think of the people in the UK that say it's mental when they're dealing with a lot of like stress and things like that. So that's definitely potential. It's radical times, confusing. We are going to see more, and that confusion is probably going to continue in June heading into July, as the planets are going to start to be squaring Neptune right before Neptune goes retrograde in July. There's also unpredictable energy. We're seeing a lot of major shifts. Jupiter just moved into Gemini. It's just starting in Gemini right now. Major shift. Major changes in our lives. We're going to be probably facing challenges, so just do your best with that. Challenges aren't always a bad thing. Can make us stronger, can make us more, can build our character, right? No one wants to watch a movie if there's no character development. So let's develop our character and let's see the positive aspects of that. As these planets square Saturn is really the planet that's going to build our character the most. But it's messy energy because Saturn's in Pisces, and Pisces is watery and fluid and all over the place. So let's do our best to not get too messy. Let's clean up the messes with any emotional outbreaks, things like that in our lives. And in our crypto strategy, we want to be a bit cautious here. At least that's what I'm thinking. Not financial advice. I'm being cautious and making sure I have cash on hand just in case. I am going to be selling into any major pumps here. Just going to throw that out there. All right. So the Bitcoin astrology for the new moon, very important for those Bitcoin and crypto investors. Jupiter trine the Bitcoin Mercury is happening on this new moon. So that is very, very positive for Bitcoin. So we could see a pump. We have already seen a pump. If you are taking a look at the charts, Bitcoin just pumped from about 68,000 to 70,000, almost to 71,000, I believe. So we may have already gotten that pump. If not, we have further pumps to go. Could we hit a new all-time high? That would be exciting. If we do, it's probably not going to be much higher than the previous all-time high, 73,000. We also have Neptune sextiling the Bitcoin. Jupiter is in orb. This is a minor positive. It's nothing too crazy good. But then we have Saturn conjunct the Bitcoin Uranus in orb now. It's a minor negative right now, but it's going to be hitting a very peak negative energy later this month, and I'm going to be giving more updates on that in my upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. Definitely subscribe if you want to see those videos. This is going to be a major, major month for crypto potentially, guys. And it could, the positive thing, there is a lot of negative potential energy, but it could mark, I'm thinking, for me, a great buying opportunity. All right, so that's the positive aspects. Let's look a bit closer at the charts, shall we? So for those crypto enthusiasts, we look at Bitcoin right now. We already got this pump the last few days from, let's see, how far was this pump so far? It got up to 70,982, 6% pump the last few days. Let's go to the daily chart. I mean, it's looking very bullish right now. The thing is, are we going to continue to head up to a new all-time high? Or are we just kind of gonna phase out here? So are we going to just continue stair-stepping up like that? Or there's also a chance, is it just gonna kind of fade out for a while through the summer? And that's certainly possible as well. And I could show you more of what the astrology is showing here. So kind of difficult to say. This is the daily chart. So, I mean, we broke through this downward trend here. So far very bullish. And I drew a 50% line from the peak to the bottom here the last few months. And we're sitting above the 50% level, way above the 50% level. We're right at the 0.786 Fibonacci level, which typically there can be a lot of resistance there. And we're already seeing that. There's, Bitcoin's trying to get above this level of 70,200 around there. And we're still hanging out there. We're right there right now. So this is do or die. Are we going to continue upwards or fall out? The volume's still pretty low. So we're not seeing any major volume coming in. That's not to say it's not a good time for accumulation, but we're peaking out right around this all-time high. It's going to be interesting to see what is in store. If we look at the weekly chart to see any other things we can look at. Let me clean this up a little bit. Shoot. All right, delete that. Now, we are looking good this week, and the week is going to close out on June 10th. We still have 6 more days for this week. But as you can see with the previous 2 weekly closes here, they cannot get above the 68,357 level. So it's going to be very interesting this next week. Where are we going to close? Are we going to close in the green or the red? Obviously, if we close in the red, that's more bearish. If we can get, these back here are the previous highest weekly closes around 71,400. If we can close above that this week, that would be extremely bullish. But then we have some more challenges in the astrology this month, a bit later. So that's a lot of caution with that. Now, the previous month of May, we closed 67,444. Pretty good monthly close there. We'll see what's in store for June. Now, let's take a look at the total 3, the altcoins. The altcoins are still looking bullish. They're creating a low here back in April, then a higher low in May, another higher low mid-May. And is this another higher low here? Potentially. Or do we have further dumpage to go? We could bounce off this trend line potentially, and we could even go below it. And then if we bounce back up, that would be extremely bullish. The altcoins are looking quite very, very, very bullish still. That's not to say that we can't stall out in the summer here. It's not to say that we won't just kind of hang out here for a while before we head back up. But I would think in that scenario, I would just be continuing to accumulate through the summer. All right, so All in all, looking very bullish. We haven't broke any of these higher lows here, so that is looking great. All right. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. Are you thinking about the crypto markets right now? Where are we headed? Now, a quick announcement for all of y'all tuning in. The Crypto Astro Mastermind. We just launched it last month. It's filling up fast. I'm actually amazed at how much interest there's been. I'm giving an incredible deal this month. We get monthly Zoom group calls with me, engage in live discussions with me and like-minded investors, with knowledge sharing sessions about crypto, technical analysis, and astrology. And that's what I specialize in on this channel is Crypto Astrology. You're going to get a monthly detailed astrology analysis, receive insights on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and major altcoins. Now, this month's special announcement, we're going to be covering the altcoins strategy. And this could be the last opportunity you get for 10x and even 20x altcoin potentials. All right. I truly believe that this summer might be the last time in this bull run that we get to really, capitalize, buy the right altcoins that will have the potential for those kind of gains. Because beyond this summer, after I do this call, which is coming up very, very soon, altcoins might be heading off already, potentially heading into July, August. There might be another opportunity, but if they're heading off by then we've missed our opportunity. So we want to capitalize on these incredible altcoin opportunities this bull run. All right, you also get a Q&A with me. You can ask your questions. Ask me about what altcoins you're looking at, specifically as we're going to be talking about that in the next call. It's a very supportive group with like-minded individuals and investors. You can network, mastermind. We're going to be going over the Bitcoin historical astrology. This is something I have put in tremendous amount of time studying the past to forecast the future by diving deep into the history of Bitcoin, looking at the astrology, and actually looking at the Bitcoin chart and how various planetary alignments affected the Bitcoin price action. And it's going to blow your mind with some of these patterns that I'm seeing historically. Maximize your profits. That's the best part of this program. Learn the secrets to maximize your profits towards the market peak, as we want to take a certain amount of profits at the end of this Bitcoin bull run so we don't lose our gains. Typically, a mastermind like this can go for $97 a month easily, or even upwards of $1,500 a month for a high-end mastermind. But when you sign up today, you get full access, guys, lifetime access to this incredible Crypto Astro Mastermind for only one investment, just one payment. Now, there's only 3 more spots to this incredible special deal for only $397. You get lifetime access for that. Guys, you could easily, depending on how much you're investing in crypto, you could easily 2x your gains just by joining this program. I feel quite confident with that possibility, as all you got to do is double or triple what you would normally do. Take profits. We're going to be diving deep into the best times to take profits. You take those profits, you get those gains, not financial advice, but it's your opportunity to secure a greater financial future for yourself and your loved ones. All right, you get lifetime access, live monthly calls with me every single month for this entirety of this bull run, okay? So take advantage of this. The next group call is happening very soon. I'll be sharing a critical altcoin update, the last chance potentially for 10x to 20x gain opportunities that you don't want to miss. Now, Bitcoin predictions, the moment you've been waiting for this video. I'm seeing caution after this new moon because we're seeing the sun and the moon and Venus squaring Saturn. Then Mercury's going to come and square Saturn. And then later in August, Jupiter's going to square Saturn. Saturn marks a lot of caution. We cannot have our head in the clouds. We cannot be screaming, Bitcoin's going to 100K, 200K, all these crazy predictions out there. We got to be cautious when we're dealing with planets that are squaring Saturn. Okay, this brings hard lessons in reality. But if we're prepared, this could be a great, great opportunity that we can capitalize on and create generational wealth, honestly. So we could see a dump around June 6th, give or take a week. Maybe it leads into mid-June. However, later in June, we're dealing with even more warnings and caution energy. All right, so we got to be very aware of this, and I'll be coming out with more videos, so definitely stay tuned for these new, extremely important videos that I'm going to be coming out for the astrology this month. Guys, we could see world events, all right? We could see major things happening in the world. We just saw Trump, things happening with that guy on the world stage. I don't know how much that's going to escalate. Potentially things in the Middle East could be continuing to escalate after that particular president went down in a helicopter. What the heck was going on there? I don't know if we're being told the truth by all of the narratives out there, but we could talk about that another time. All right, so definitely like and share if you want to see more epic content like this. Click the links below to learn more about all the things that I have going on, and subscribe, like I've already said. Now let's see if there's any comments because we are live right here. Yes, we do have comments. All right. Yes, thank you. Nice to see me back. Yes, I took a little bit of break. Oh, I also want to show you guys this. This is actually from Jason Pizzino. Definitely like his channel. He has a lot of macro updates. And looks like there is a definite possibility, if we're looking at the historical charts, years with a big first half tend to consolidate around I guess the summer months potentially. So we could see markets stall out. And that is honestly pretty much what the astrology is showing as well. All right, so let's take a look at some of the more comments as we look at the astrology here. Let's take a look. Hello from Little Luxembourg. Thanks for tuning in. Greetings to wonderful Bali. When will you be back to this magical island? Oh, well, I'll be back there in September for the Bali retreat, and definitely check out more information if you want to tune into the joining the Bali retreat as well. Okay, for some reason I can't put up the astrology chart and look at the comments. Okay, as per your TA, Bitcoin will go down till 63,700. Okay, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that is totally possible. Bitcoin could absolutely drop to that level over the summer, especially. That's potentially what I'm seeing with what I'm looking at in the astrology. Hey, where is the Solana pump you've been talking about? Okay, yeah, I actually looked at potentially the wrong Solana chart that I got from one of my colleagues. I was looking at this chart. Now I call it Solana 2 because if I looked closer at this Solana astrology and saw that the Genesis block is March 16th. So I did potentially make a mistake there. I apologize. You know, I'm human. One of my past videos a few months ago, I was looking at the other Solana chart and it was looking extremely bullish. But then when I looked at this Solana chart, it's a lot more bearish because we're getting this Saturn conjunct the Solana Neptune. All right, so I can come out with more Solana videos to keep you guys updated with what I'm seeing with the correct Solana chart. And I don't know why my colleague gave me the wrong chart. I guess he made a mistake. I put my trust in this particular colleague and looks like he got it wrong. So we are continuing to improve the astrology data that we have here. This looks much more accurate because with this more bearish astrology, Solana has been slowing down. So I did take a tiny bit of profits with Solana just to be on the cautious side. But I can come out with more Solana videos to keep you guys updated with that. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Much love to you all. Hope you're having a great start of your summer here as I start my summer in California. I'm really excited. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.